up, you guys?
Welcome to WOSD podcast number 2, Women of Sass Destruction, or Weapons of Sass Destruction. Technically both.
Yeah, we can be both. They don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Episode number 2, Would You Rather cast. Whoa, ooh, ah, ambient audience, yeah.
You're such a dork all the time.
I know, it's terminal at this point, so I can't really change it, and this is just who I am.
Terminal dorkitude. Got it.
Yeah, it's on the brain somewhere. But yes, we've arranged some secret, super hidden Would You Rather questions for each other. Some might be spoopy for the Halloween season, but some are also just kind of fun and help us get to know one another or help you get to know us. I think I have about 11. How many you got, Babs?
I went a little crazy. I went 15. And not all of these are like necessarily because I want to answer them, but I'm just genuinely curious. Like, how would Meg answer this?
Oh, that's always risky.
So,
oh, man.
ready.
Yeah, we kind of expected to not use all of these, so if we run long, we're going to give you guys a bonus episode with more Would You Rather questions. So let's give it a go. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Here, I'll ask you this one first.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, by the way, I didn't make these up. We found these on a website because we're, like, not that creative. But,
Yeah, I didn't have enough time to be creative, so I used the same website as you, Babs. Hopefully we didn't pull them from the same section.
well, if we did, I think that's very telling of both of us as friends, so, I'll take that as a bonus point. But, okay, so number 1. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
Ooh. So with golden voice, my voice would be pleasing, but silver tongue, I would always say the right things, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about it. There's some people with beautiful voices who say terrible things. I think,
Dion?
she's a wonderful woman. How dare you, Babs? She could sing to me the phone book.
Okay.
Yeah, fun fact, I just took my mom to a Celine Dion concert yesterday, and it was amazing, but I leaned over to my mom in the middle of the concert. I was like, hasn't she been in the U.S. for like 30 years? And I feel like her accent is even thicker now. Like, she's gone full French-Canadian fur trader now. She's just like, hey, oh, wait, hey, welcome to the concert, hey, yeah.
Okay, so in high school, I had this summer job. And the guy that hired me he used to be like a audio tech guy for like concerts. And he told me like he met Celine Dion, and it was the weirdest experience for him because she spoke about herself in the third person. Like, Celine wants water. Celine wants... So that's why I say that.
I will answer your question, but I used to babysit a family where their kids all spoke third person. Andy wants this. Andy doesn't like that. And it would have been okay if like they were like 2.5 or 3, but this kid was like 9, and he goes, Andy doesn't wear that. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is scary.
I mean, Celine's well into her, 40s?
Yeah,
30s?
she is a bit different, but I've never heard anyone say anything like cruel or bad about her. I think she's just an unusual person. So, taking that into effect, I mean, I think I would rather have a silver tongue because it doesn't necessarily mean your voice gets worse, but I would love to be able to always talk myself out of an uncomfortable situation, being that I'm in them rather often. So I'm going to go silver tongue on this one.
I would have to agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, right.
I don't always know what to say to people when they get upset or in interviews. I would love to have a silver tongue so that I can nail any interview with 100% certainty.
Yes.
I just feel like the applications alone would be so much better than being able to sing very well and speak about myself in the third person.
Yeah, I just, for the most part, don't want to talk to people. So if I can get it over quickly and with great success, I don't have to do it again.
Yeah,
so
it's just efficient.
It's super efficient. Okay. So we did Babs's number 1. Time for Meg's number 1. Okay. Well, I was going to start off with like just a silly one, but let's do an interesting one for you as well.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to speak all languages on the planet,
Okay.
speakable by humans, or would you rather be able to speak to all animals on the planet, like fluently?
Wow.
It's a tough one, right?
Okay. So, I I don't know if well, I want to say animals would have very pure, wholesome things to say. And so for that alone, for the feel good moments, I'd probably want to be able to communicate with animals.
That's a good
But
answer.
also, I just like okay, so any spoken language, right?
All languages, any spoken language. I would assume that includes dead languages, as long as they were once spoken.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm just thinking about like the merits of like the interpersonal relationships I could possibly have with people that are different but also very similar. And you could see that we're all not that different, but also animals.
I know, it's so tough. I mulled over this one myself.
I almost feel like I have this like civil, maybe almost like responsibility and duty to say I want to be able to speak to all humans regardless of language, sort of thing, and see how connected we all are. But also, I really just want to know what my dog has to say about me. Like, if I tell my dog I love you, does she get it? Like, does she really understand that I love her? Like, I
I
need to
I hope
know.
so. I would hope animals like get that phrase right away.
I think they get it, but I want to know, does she feel it? I need to know these things about my dog. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with the animal one.
See, and that's what I ultimately picked too, but it took me a while. And I totally agree with your decision because I want to know first and foremost what my pets think, feel, and have to say. But I thought if I were to speak all languages, that would benefit me because I would love to travel. I mean, that would really make traveling easier to be able to communicate, any confusions or ask for assistance. But then I'm like, that's very much financially, it depends on the
Draining.
yeah, and can you even start traveling? But there's like animals all over the place here, and I could totally be like, hey, squirrel, I really need better internet, and you keep chewing through that line. I need you to move further down the block. Like, that would help me out a ton. I would use that all the time because I've had to have Spectrum come out here and help me maybe 3-4 times already. So I went
Wow.
with animals as well.
I just, I've lived with humans all my life. I've heard what they've had to say. I'm not, I don't think it's going to be that much different if I can speak to more of
That's the
them,
best way to put
really.
it. I've
I'm
heard
over it.
enough from humans at this point. I'm
That's
not
how
gonna
I
hear.
feel.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hear anything new, anything more interesting. So I'm done with that.
I'm
That's
done.
well
Let's go
put.
to new animals.
Completely agree. Good job,
Okay,
Babs.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here's a good one.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself?
I would definitely put anyone but myself.
Really?
Because I'm so much of a worrier that I would hate to see a bad outcome, but also I would hate to see a good outcome and then bank on that and then ruin it for myself. And sometimes I think what makes me reach a good outcome, like if it's a presentation or something I'm nervous about, is the fact that I'm so nervous that I make myself prepare. But if it's somebody else, I would totally use that to help them or set them up or maybe help them avoid a bad thing. And I would be able to handle their future better than seeing my own, I think. So I would definitely want to see somebody else's.
Okay, but here's the thing. What if someone asked you if, their life or their outcome was going to be okay, and you saw 10 minutes into it, and then you realized it wasn't going to be okay for them? What about then?
Would
What
they
would
know?
you do
Would
in
they
that
know I could
situation?
do that?
Oh, that's a good question.
They
Okay,
might
let's
know
say
though. You're
nobody
right.
knows, but what would your, moral responsibility as a human be? What would your reaction to that?
I'd say if it's a direct harm to their safety or someone else's safety, I would do my best to intervene responsibly. But if it's just something like, hey, they got to learn their lesson, I'd probably let it play out. We need those reality checks. I can't interfere with every aspect or else it's gonna, I don't know, the fabric of time could split as we know it, Babs. Which I suppose is okay.
Crochet it back.
Crochet,
That's your job. You're the crocheter.
We're just gonna staple gun that one.
Staple gun it.
Cha-cha, cha-cha, we got it.
I like that answer.
Thanks.
I selfishly said that, like, I'd probably rather see 10 minutes into my own future.
That's not
because
selfish.
I thought about, well, no. I thought about what if the other people's future, like, isn't what they wanted. Or it is bad for them. Like, I don't know if I would trust myself enough to not lie about it.
I was also thinking, too, like, okay, so my niece comes over, and she goes, hey, what's that? And I go, it's my new comic book. It's totally awesome. Do you want to read it? And then, boom, Raven Simone moment where my eyes bug out, and I see into the future, and I can see if Emma rips up my comic book or not. And then I prevent her, or I don't loan it out, you know? Like, that would be helpful.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven. Oh my god. Okay, Babs, I got one for you. Okay, would you rather have free Wi-Fi wherever you go or have free coffee where and whenever you want? This is a very tough Babs question.
Okay, well, I do live on the internet, so Wi-Fi is always appreciated. However, I never really leave my house unless I have to. So
she's living that hermit life.
I really am, on my own accord, by my own volition. Like, I'm doing it, guys. So I'd rather have probably coffee whenever, and, you know, whenever, whatever, and how big a quantity, you know. That's probably more useful to me, because I'm never really leaving the house enough to utilize, like, Wi-Fi wherever I go, because I have enough data for that, because I, you know.
That's such a good answer.
The grocery store isn't, you know, it's not that much. It's not that far. I'm not there for that long. I'm fine.
That's a very good answer. As someone, though, who has totally lost Wi-Fi and all GPS on numerous occasions, I totally went with Wi-Fi.
That is a nightmare of mine.
Yeah. I would love to live out my dream of being a hermit as efficiently as you have lately. I cannot. So Wi-Fi is very much needed by me at this point. Yeah.
See, okay. At my old job, we had Wi-Fi, but we couldn't, like, use it for our phones. So we had to use the 4G on our phones, but we had, like, that one bar on it because they didn't have, like, a satellite thing out there or, like, a tower.
That's
so it was
awful.
So bad. So if you had asked me, like, 8 months ago or something, I would have gone with the Wi-Fi one because my work provided free coffee, soda, LaCroix, like, all the beverages.
See, that's what I've got right now is I've got free, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But I've got free work coffee. They do the whole Keurig, I always say it wrong, thing. And I feel like you can taste the plastic from the pods. And I would much rather just have some nice fresh coffee grounds in a filter or a pour over at my desk.
They make filters for them. And you just put in, like, you get a bag of coffee and put in, like, enough for 1 cup, and then
See, that's
you don't have
what
to live like that.
This is like a specialty one that's built into a refrigerator, which I also hate.
Oh, no.
Because they're like, oh, look at the convenience of this fridge with a built-in Keurig. So fancy. And it was all for clout. The person who installed this did it for clout so they could brag and have people come over to our building to look at our magnificent fridge. But here's a rundown of what happens every time I make a cup of coffee. Must reset pod. And I have to take the whole cartridge system out again, put it back in with the pod. It turns on. It clicks. Oh, no. Heating is slowed due to cooling of fridge. And then I scream, it's a fridge, it's always cooling. And then it takes 20 minutes for the water to heat up. Then you have to turn the dial. And if you set it to 10 ounces, you don't know if you're going to get 4 or 20. So it's always a crapshoot. So you either get really watered down coffee or you get really strong sludge. Then you have to empty and clean out the thing. It's a nightmare. So
see, that's when I would suggest get your own Keurig for your office.
I don't
and
want
then
one though.
get a
I
filter cup.
just want to. Yeah, I just want to get one of those little filters you set inside a mug, and you could just do your own pour over. Because I just want to taste my coffee. None of that other
I just
stuff.
love how, like, whoever thought it'd be a good idea to put a Keurig, you know, something with an inductor coil in it, next to, like, inside a
Yes!
fridge that is also cooling, and just who thought that thermodynamics would, like, work out in their favor?
It's on the freezer door side. It's always fighting itself.
God.
It's so annoying. And then if somebody opens the fridge while you're making a cup of coffee, it resets the whole process.
I'm so sorry.
I know. I just, like, I don't know. I just,
No one else can feel this for you.
yeah,
Let it in.
I think we gotta move to the next question because I'm, like, having PTSD from the coffee thing.
Okay, so it's my turn, right?
It's your turn. You've got this.
Okay. So, would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
Ooh, that's
Remember, your name would be attached to that deadly disease, so if it's something like ass cancer, that's on you. Forever.
mega ass cancer
Megan,
treatment.
insert last name.
Yeah.
Cure of ass cancer. Just think about that.
That is, see, this is a hard one for me because I've had a long-running dream of being an astronaut, like for real. And I've always wanted to go to space, mostly because it's so quiet and nobody's there. But I've just always wanted to, like,
run the vacuum.
never run the vacuum. No one's going to call me or show up at my, no one's going to show up at my door sporadically unannounced. That would be the real dream there. You can wear whatever you want in that spacesuit, let's be honest. I would really, yeah, you know, but then at the same time, actually, I'm wearing one right now. It's funny you mentioned that. This one, I'm a red panda today.
Look at you leisureing.
Yeah, it's, you know, I want to do that full time. That's the other ultimate goal. But the bleeding heart part of me would love to also cure a disease for somebody.
Like ass cancer.
Yeah, or, you know, one of the other ones, because there's a lot.
Yeah, but it didn't say which deadly disease. You don't get to choose the deadly disease.
Then I guess there's a lot of dangers with space, but I guess I would love to be the first to explore a new planet. That would be cool for me.
I feel like, okay, even if, like, you failed in either aspect, like, you did it, and, you know, your rocket blew up
Yeah.
in space or something. Like, you died tragically. Or if you died tragically, like, being an inventor of a drug, I feel like people, like, you'd have a lot more posthumous popularity, like, as an astronaut person than you, like, people think that's way cooler to die in that sort of tragedy than being, like, oh no.
Yeah, it'd be a lot quicker, too. I mean, those mistakes happen really fast.
I know.
And you know me, I've got NASA patches on just about everything, so I'm gonna go space for sure.
Yeah, like, even if it went horribly wrong in either case, you just have more security in the astronaut one. I feel like.
Plus a cool
It's a
uniform.
much cooler death.
Yeah. Wow. Babs, I got one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather have skin like a
Yes.
pineapple or like a coconut? So like that scaly, pursed, spiny skin, or the really harsh, coarse, sort of hairy skin? You gotta have one or the other.
Okay, so I would rather have the pineapple skin because I don't want people to touch me.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
feel like if I had the coconut skin, people would come up to me and try to pet me.
Yeah. Oof. That's the worst. Physical
It is.
contact. Ugh, no thanks.
No, actually, like, where I live, it's kind of a problem. Like, people are very... Well, I live in the South, so if any of you guys know how that is, it's just people will randomly, like, come up to you and give you, like, shoulder pats and stuff, or just, like, when they meet you, they want to shake your hand and hug you. Even if you've, like, it's the first time meeting or something, and it can be a lot. It's, boundary-wise, it doesn't make me the most comfortable. And, you know, pineapple skin will solve so many of those problems. I'm just saying.
Pineapple skin's a good choice. Plus, I'm not sure what would happen if you'd lotion it.
Nothing,
Maybe,
and then I wouldn't have to
yeah,
have a skincare routine anymore.
that's true.
So it's a win-win.
It is. You gotta move to the north, Babs.
I'm trying.
Yeah, this is the land of, oh, let me just squeeze on past you. Oh, yeah, excuse me. We like to give each other a wide berth and we give fair verbal and audible alerts before we even approach somebody. Oh, oh, just gonna squeeze past you.
That honestly sounds like such an unattainable dream here.
We're very good at,
Wow, must be nice.
yeah, we're real good at standing in lines and
Ooh,
waiting our
excuse me.
turn. Oh,
Right past the moose burger helper.
oh my God. Have you
I feel
had
like that's
moose?
something No, but I just feel like that's something you'd eat.
Yes, it's good.
Meg, no.
I actually just stocked up on some bison and some bear in my freezer. But that's another story.
Why are you like that? Okay, next question.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here's a really good one. Would you rather go back to the age of 5 with everything you know now, or know everything your future self will learn? So, like, right now, you're gonna know everything your future self is gonna know.
Oh, man.
Or you could go back to 5 with everything you know now.
See, that's tough because there's a lot of things I do not want to redo, I feel like. But there's also, like, Megan who was kind of bullied during several years of grade school to junior high, pretty much until I got to high school, where I'm like, oh, if I knew what I knew now and I went back, I'd have the best comebacks, I would avoid those awkward situations to begin with, and those people wouldn't stand a
As
chance.
a Fisco girl in the right generation.
Oh, I'd probably pass again. I wasn't too big on the scrunchies back when they were popular even. I think I owned one.
Well, I was.
And it was because my mom bought it for me and insisted, like, this is what the cool girls in your class are wearing. I was like, yeah, no, I don't need that.
I was in elementary school, so all my mother got me was colorful scrunchies. So you already know. I didn't have a choice.
Not that it's not popular now, but now it's become more of, I feel like now it's more known for candles, but when I was in elementary school and junior high, it's like when Bath and Body Works was just exploding, and it was all about cucumber melon and juniper breeze. Juniper breeze was the big seller when I was in 6th grade. So this is back when Bath and Body Works still did shampoo and conditioner, and they weren't just a lotion store. So, like, I remember my friend Allison Hakias. I'm sorry I used your full name, but you're married now, so they won't find you. She always used Juniper Breeze. Oh, that's her clap to edit. Hang on, I'll do it too. I'll probably leave that in because that's funny. But she used Juniper Breeze shampoo and conditioner. And I was like, Allison, you smell so good. What is that? She's like, it's Bath and Body Works. And I was like, what? She goes, it's a new store, Bath and Body Works. You got to check it out. And I was like, okay.
I bet she didn't even tell you the name of the scent. She just told you the store, so you just have to, like, needle in the haystack.
It was so brand new. And then I found out there was one in the mall. And then I went and I realized I don't have any money. I'm 12. And my mom doesn't understand the concept of just a lotion and shampoo store. And she's like, that's weird. And then by the next year, it's like my mom figured out what it was. And that's all my aunts, uncles, cousins, or anyone got me for any birthday, Christmas, holiday, graduation, whatever, was just baskets and baskets of that, to the point where I think I still have baskets in my pantry of lotion from like 8th grade because I never got to use it all because it was just so much.
Well, if it weren't expired, I'd ask if you could send me some.
I think it's all like separated. I should probably throw that away.
Gross.
So, I don't think I want to know. Yeah, I don't think I want to know everything future Megan would know right now because the world is in a very unusual state, and like I'm sad within 24 hours of what I find out. Sometimes there's good things, fun things, but there's a lot of heavy stuff going on, and I think I want to take it as everybody else is, react to it when everybody else is. I don't want to
wait.
Yeah.
If you went back to the age of 5, that means maybe your body would just turn back to 5.
Oh, it totally would.
I don't think that means necessarily like you'd go back to 19 something. Like 1990 whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I would go back
Oh,
to
okay.
5 with this knowledge. I don't think I want to be
Gotcha.
this age with, like, 100-year-old Megan knowledge because, like, there could be some pretty nasty stuff on the horizon. And there could be good, but let's let it be a surprise. I probably don't want to know. You're thinking hard.
I am, because I'm thinking, what if I die next year and then that is my future self, and then I choose that option and it would have been for nothing because it would have only been a year of knowledge and not this like.
See, let's just be the hippest 5-year-olds anyone's ever seen.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to 5 because, oh my god, there's so many decisions. Maybe
I would have done a lot of things
a
different.
lot more quickly.
Yeah. Like, college would have been a completely different experience for me, and I probably would have had a complete shift of education.
I would say I still won't be. I still couldn't beat another 5-year-old who can do a Rubik's Cube. There's probably still a 5-year-old out there who could do a Rubik's Cube faster than I could, so I can't even say I would be better at a lot of
That's
things.
just because, like, I feel like they're so fast. Why are they so fast? That's
Yeah,
like,
and,
I don't know. It's like trying to catch a cat and you can't do it.
I would have straight A's forever.
Yeah, I would love relearning material and having another go at it because it would just retain even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how
But then
about...
you could do like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Then
Oh,
by
you
the
would
time get
crush
there, you
those
will be
kids.
much smarter
Yeah.
than a 5th grader.
They'd be leaving in tears, Babs. Just dominate them.
Exactly.
Well, how about this? Would you rather have a bird come out of your mouth every time you laughed? And it could be a small bird. It's not going to be like an ostrich.
Oh, I want a hummingbird.
Okay?
Irrelevant.
Would
Sorry,
you
go
rather
on.
have one come out of your mouth, like physically come out every time you laugh, or have a bird die every time you laugh? You don't have to see it. It could be somewhere else in the world.
I wish I could choose the type of bird that dies if I laugh.
I don't think you can choose in any situation. It's just if it comes out of your mouth, you can specify that it's a small bird so that you're not going to die when it comes out of your mouth.
Okay, well, I laugh a lot, so I'd probably just have one die every time I laugh. No, well, it depends. I'm thinking about the situation.
I laugh a lot, so I want a lot of birds to drop dead.
No, I'm thinking, like, if I'm ever laughing in front of someone who's physically there, like, how am I gonna explain that a bird's just gonna pop out if you say something funny?
Just
so
start-
try not to.
I think if that happened, I would just keep laughing too. So it'd just be like a whole flock, like just all the time.
Like,
And you know, sometimes you wouldn't
Imagine that
open your mouth
outside,
wide
and then
enough.
just- Yeah. And then there'd just be like such a huge concentration of like bird poop on someone's car because I
Oh,
was just
yes.
right there laughing.
It could be the coolest party trick, but at the same time, like, if a bird poops in your mouth, or if like you're laughing too much and they're getting all caught in there, and you're just like choking on birds, that
Yeah,
would
that's
not
true.
be good.
Fuck that, no, it's okay. I want a bird to die every time I laugh.
I'd still have one come out of my mouth, and I laugh a lot. I think that'd be hilarious.
Well, every pigeon that's about to poop on someone in New York, I would want them to die.
There are a lot of pigeons.
That like to poop on people.
Yeah.
So I hope, like, the queue of birds dying would probably come from that pool, but, like, if not, then, it's not, I can't worry about that. So, yeah, I just have one die.
Somewhere a rare Harpy's eagle just drops out of a tree. Don't laugh, Babs! Stop!
Okay, but then a lot more people would have food in the world. Suddenly.
Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to eat birds, like random miscellaneous dead birds off the ground.
And if not, then I'm doing Mother Nature a favor. Decomposition.
Oh.
I'm helping the life cycle by
Well,
killing it.
okay.
Okay, oh, this one I am very interested to hear your opinion on.
Okay.
Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, both are terrible.
Both are terrible. I would have to hope, if I picked the first option, that people wouldn't start to catch on to what colors were associated to what feelings. But I think after like years of that, if I'm around regular people, they're going to catch on to that. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care about changing colors. But getting tattoos that depicted what I did the previous day, one, would not only reveal how boring of a person I am, because it'd be a lot of tattoos of chip eating, video games, Netflix, and like sitting in the bathroom watching TikTok.
Yeah,
but it would
bathroom breaks.
Yeah, I know. And I like, what's that tattoo gonna look like? Is it gonna be me on the can with my squatty potty? Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of squatty potty tattoos and a cell phone. But at the same time, if I ever did do something interesting that I didn't want people to know, it'd be right there, and I'd have to hope it'd be on a part of my body that doesn't show from a day-to-day basis. I guess I would do the color changing, and I would try to go and like get some classes or some training on how to very much control my emotions, which I should probably do anyway without this question or this podcast even having occurred. I should just probably learn to control my emotions.
Yeah. Okay, so I had a really funny solution to this one.
Okay.
I would probably choose the skin that changes color based on my emotions. But
Yeah.
I would only surround myself with colorblind friends.
That's so smart. Or I would just get a slightly thicker concealer.
Yeah, or that. But I don't know which skin tone I'm gonna match. Because then if you have green,
Yeah.
like, as your skin tone, then you need makeup with a lot of red.
What if it wasn't even
have
just a
to-
solid color? What if it was like polka dots and checks? Then you'd just be out of luck.
Maggot said color, not patterns.
Oh,
So,
okay.
learn to read.
Plaid.
I'm kidding.
Oh, it's too funny. I like that one. That's a good one. All right, I got one for you, Babs. Would you rather have a permanent splinter under your big toenail or have a permanently bad haircut? Both are pretty awful.
Both are awful. One people can see unless you have open-toed shoes, and then one you always feel. So I'd probably rather have a bad haircut all my life because you can just shave it off, giving yourself a worse haircut, but being in control of it.
But you can't shave it off because it's a permanent bad haircut.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah.
then wig it up.
See? That's what I ended up picking, and I said because I could wear a hat or a wig, or even just like a babushka.
And I just feel like there's so many people that have had bad haircuts all their life, and like there's more people in the world that have had that problem that don't even know it.
Some of them are very successful.
I know they are. But
Good
I don't know. I
choice.
feel like everyone goes through that at least for like 5 years of their life as a teenager. So what's a little bit more?
Well, yeah, I can definitely flip through a yearbook, and I've got the crimped hair with the frizzy bangs. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, that exists.
Oh Meg.
I know. It wasn't even my choice. My mom did my hair.
At least you didn't do like a bowl cut with a literal bowl.
I think Jen had one for a very long time.
Oh, but was she like a younger kid?
Yeah, but I think it was
Then
one of
it's
those things where like the kids just lined up, each with a bowl on their head, and the mom just went around and did all of their hair at once. Snip, snip, snip.
Okay, I have a good one.
Okay, let's do it.
Would you rather be an amazing painter or a brilliant mathematician?
Oh, that is good. Part of me says for my own sake, it would be really nice to be an amazing painter because it's such a good creative outlet and it's so fun to do. But I think being a brilliant mathematician would help me more in the long run. So I would go with brilliant mathematician.
So, I feel like based on my background, people probably expect me to say a brilliant mathematician. But I think I'd rather be an amazing painter because it is more fun.
Yeah.
But not only that, but because of the social platforms we have for media now, you can make it can be quite the lucrative thing.
That's true. That's very true.
It's kind of hard to be a brilliant mathematician and be lucrative about it.
I guess I figure being a brilliant mathematician would help me get a very, like, secure career. Like, if you're talking brilliant, that means I could do great things, like work for NASA again, or...
Oh, that's true.
Or, like,
I was thinking, like, academia.
Yeah, but I was thinking, too, like, with painting, like, you could learn to be a better painter. Maybe not the best painter in the world, but you can always practice and get better.
True.
To just instantly be that brilliant at math, like, that's... If you wanted to build a porch, you'd already know how to do it, because you're so good at math.
That seems a little too practical for any mathematician I know.
True.
I feel like they would flounder at that.
They'd be like, well, I know what I'm supposed to cut it at, but I don't want to use the saw.
What proposition and theorem am I using to prove this? Hold on, let me take an hour to prove this to myself before we actually use blueprints. What's a blueprint? How can I prove that they exist? Like, it would be that.
Let me go get funding before I start this porch, because we're going to need a lot of lunches.
We are. There's a lot of pizza that's going to be involved.
Oh, yeah. Man. I love pizza. Okay. Babs. Let me get my paper here. Would you rather share your house with a family of rats? We'll say one family of rats. Or live with your parents forever?
Honestly? Probably a family of rats. Okay, but I really love rodents.
Okay, these aren't domestic rodents by any means, though.
Okay, well, doesn't mean they can't learn to love me.
Oh, jeez.
Doesn't mean that they're incapable of love, Meg.
Remember we had a discussion about looking for love in the wrong places, and that might be one of the very wrong places. Like,
No, it's okay. We'll just work at it every day. I'll just leave cheese at their rat nest.
You don't feed them. You're gonna get Giardia, the hiker's disease, and you're gonna have diarrhea forever. I mean, I support your decision. That's your decision. That's your rationale.
I just think rats are really cute, and I really want a pet rat. Or a pet ferret. I want a long boy.
I can support that.
Again, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I can support weasel pets. I mean, go ahead and get a ferret. As someone who's personally had, like, mice get in their house before, an idea of the family of rats in my house eating my food and breaking things sounds horrifying.
No. Like, they'll learn to love you.
Oh, Babs, that's not how it works. I just said I'd live with my parents because, I mean, one, parents don't live forever, and it's nice to get that time with them. But
neither do rats.
That's also true. But I guess I was also thinking too. It's like I've already lived that life post college where I had to live with my parents anyway, and as annoying as it is, it's not the worst. It's just really inconvenient. But you save money.
You do, and you also have to learn to swallow your pride a bit.
Oh yeah, and you have to also like help them reset passwords a lot, is what I found out, and pick things up from the store for them.
Yeah, actually.
Megan, I got locked out of my email. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Hang on, Mom. Let me help you with that. I had to help my mom this weekend because she got locked out of her own computer. She couldn't remember her password to even open her computer. Oh, man.
So adorable.
And then she started apologizing to me because her password was her, like, instead of, like, oh, I love Megan or Megan is the best or something like that, it was her, no, she was doting on one of her other siblings. She goes, you've helped me so much that I just put one of your other siblings as my password. Mom, change your password. It's like, it's okay, Mom. It's okay.
I'm the best sibling. Just that should have
Just,
been the password.
just remember who actually helped you get this thing open again and get Microsoft Word on your computer.
Like forever.
Just paying for your Windows Office is all.
Oh my gosh, you made it another sibling.
She was so funny because, like, she was staying with me for the weekend, and I forget what it was. I think it was like, oh, it was like 7 in the morning, and I was still in bed, and the door goes, she just kicks it open. She goes, Megan, I am so sorry. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? She goes, I remembered my password. And then that's when she broke the news to me, and I was like, Mom, it's okay. And I'm going to sleep for another 30 minutes. She goes, okay. And then she just slowly shut the door, like, slipped away. It was like something out of a movie. She's so funny.
Just out of context, is out of nowhere. Like, Megan, I'm so sorry. I made the password another sibling. And it wasn't
That's exactly how it was. That's exactly how it was. And I was, like, more touched by her apology than I was offended that the password wasn't me, because I really didn't care. I was just like, okay, Mom, as long as you've got the computer open and you can use the software I'm paying for. So, excellent.
As an only child, I definitely would have cared.
I'm being the oldest. I'm so burned out at this point. It's like, whatever, Mom. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Whatever, go dote on the youngest sibling or something.
Yeah, that's usually the way it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. We're, like, killing it, by the way.
Yeah, these have been kind of funny.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
so.
Would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously, or be well above average but not anywhere near the best at something well respected?
Wait, say the last part again?
Be well above average but not anywhere near the best at something well respected.
As somebody who's already really mastered the art of skills nobody cares about, I think I'd go for the latter. Like, be above average at something people really respect. Because I already can do a ton of stuff nobody cares about.
Like what?
Well, like, I don't know why, but there was a few years there where I saw somebody sing the ABCs with their mouth closed. And, like, I told myself, I'm going to learn how to do that. And then I got so good at it that I can just, like, not ventriloquism-wise, where you're throwing your voice, but where your mouth is shut and you're just saying a bunch of stuff in a really high-pitched, like, silly voice. And I was like, I'm going to do that. And I got it down so good. But it's like, when am I ever going to use this or show people? I'm trying to think, what else did I do? I got really good at catching food on cutlery after it's been launched into the air. That's another skill nobody needs. And I practiced that really hard in high school. I don't know why. So, like, I would take, like, an apple and launch it as high as I could. And then I wouldn't do anything until it was just about to crash land on me. And I'd put out a fork and I'd get it on the fork right away. And I also got really good at catching tennis balls while riding a tractor. Again, I'm never going to need that. What else am I very good at?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm really good at dominoing trees, like in a Sawyer/tree felling setting. But again, there's no competition for that. So I really excel at things nobody wants to do.
Yeah.
So I would
not
love...
even, like, uncanny things. You're just...
Yeah.
Why would you do it?
Like, I'd really like to be more than okay at the guitar. Or, like... slightly better than the average when it comes to dancing. Because right now, I'm a confident dancer, but I'm not a good dancer. I'm just really, really well... I feel good about what I can do.
You know, I like that you value yourself like that.
Thanks. Somebody's got to. So that's another thing. I really excel at liking me, but, that's not a thing anybody's rating me on.
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm well above the average in math, but not anywhere near the best at it. And it is well respected.
And it's worked for you.
It has worked for me. It impresses people when it really shouldn't. But I think I'd rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously. Like, I just feel like not only...
Babs, I can train you.
Oh my god.
You work with me for a week, and I will get you really good at something nobody cares about.
No, but think about it. Then I could be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's not happened for me yet,
Well,
but we could make that a
better
goal.
at you than something that's useless.
Oh,
So you just have to get better at that useless thing. Be
true.
the best, Meg. You're just not the best yet.
I can do it. I think I can do it.
I believe in you.
You know
I don't
how
know, like I'd love to do something stupid like underwater Rubik's cubing or something.
people do that. I've seen it.
Damn it. Okay. Never
Like
mind.
cup stacking, which now everybody does.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Rubik's cubing in molasses, where you can't even really see it that well.
Yeah, I think I would
Just
like
something really stupid.
I would definitely want that to be a sport.
I would too. I think you would win.
And I can't even do one out of molasses.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't even own a
let's
Rubik's
skip
Cube, so I can motion my hands in the air like I have one. But I don't have one.
That's okay. You don't need it. You're perfect the way you are.
Thanks. I think my love for useless skills though started because as a kid, we would just invent games, and to invent games meant to invent the skills to get good at them, and they were just like completely made up sports that nobody plays. So that part of me's just never really died. All of this is just entertaining myself, and that's how I get these skills nobody cares about.
I get that. I feel that.
Yeah. This is more of like a deep personal thing. Would you rather work for a boss you hate but make very good money, or work for a boss that you love but only make minimum wage?
Well, I feel like the first one is probably more realistic and happens more
Yeah.
often to people.
I've done both, so
I have two, and you know what? I have to say I still like the first option better because at least in my free time I'm comfortable.
that's true. So financial security is very much something people need nowadays. Any days, really. It's a
I
comfort.
think like being nice as a boss and whatever can go a long way, especially in a soul-sucking like minimum wage job, what have you. But also it comes with I don't know. Cuz I feel like I would in either case I would hate myself at work or I would hate myself away from work. And I'd rather hate myself at work because that's only 40 hours of hate in the week versus 24 times 7.
And that's where your mathematician skills come in, is the levels of hate that I want to deal with, or
Like the amount of it ratio wise because it'd be like whatever 7 times 24 is like 40 over that would be like the ratio of how much like terrible time you would spend with the boss you hate with good money and then like whatever
it's true, yeah.
7 times 24 minus 40 over 7 over 24 would be like the amount of time you would take that like you hate the rest of your life because you don't have security.
I completely agree. I'd have to say since I've been working for a very long time, the majority of my working career has been working for a boss I didn't like for minimum wage over not having a job. So, that being said, that is by far the worst option. I have had the pleasure of working for a boss that I really, really love, but the job was only minimum wage. And I even really loved the job. And to this day, when I tell people stories or I think back on fun stories, it's always from that job. So I'd have to say that was the most fulfilling experience, but because of the lack of financial security, I had to completely walk away, and that part made me miserable. Because like you said, every hour off the job, all I could think about was I'm not paid enough.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're very much right in that sense. And now I'm in the situation where, as of recently, I've had to work in job situations or with people I do not like, but I'm actually for once paid well, or paid more fairly. It makes it worth it in the off hours. But
Exactly.
the work drama also sometimes carries over in the off hours. So it's give and take, but definitely that security is worth it.
I think so, because, well, I'm lucky. I've had a boss that I like in a well-paying job, and I've had a boss
Oh
that I
my
like in a
God,
not
what is
very
that
well-paying
like?
job. It's surreal, but the weird thing was the company wasn't the best, but like the boss was the best at like one level. Well, when I say boss, I mean leader of the team. sort of thing, like who I did interact with daily, sort of. Um, I don't know.
That's so cool. And it's so rare, though, but I do...
It is rare. It is rare, and I feel bad for walking away.
No, I get it. I've heard you mention that before, so I can feel it when you say it. That has to be an amazing experience, though, to really like who you work for and to also feel like they take care of you.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I almost feel like it's like such a surreal work experience where you actually enjoy your like day-to-day sort of manager like boss, but then like you and everyone else feels like cornered and crushed by the company, and that's not a good experience. Like that's a weird
Right.
situation to be in. That's sort of like,
That's a
I
good
don't know.
answer.
That's weird.
I think I get it. That's a great answer, Babs.
Because then you're all being nice to each other because you all have to survive and you want to survive day to day, but then the company like really is crushing you and your soul.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's not even the people, it's just the like someone I don't know. Anyway.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd definitely rather work for someone I hate but get paid well. Because that's probably gonna be like realistically what's going to happen to most people.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like what happens to most people is the situation I've been in more often than not, which is a job you probably don't really enjoy, but you need, and a boss you probably don't enjoy, but you have no choice, and then you're also paid minimum wage. That seems to be very common. But I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see a lot of the way we as a country handle work and compensation catch up with other places that have better arrangements, like shorter work weeks, a higher minimum wage. But then we're getting on saving the world topics, which is a bit beyond this cast.
We have to wait till capitalism collapses in on itself, but while we want that to happen so that things can change, we have to suffer first more.
You're exactly right. When capitalism fails us all and we've gone into the worst recession we've ever had, we'll rebuild with socialist concepts that we already had in place.
But first we must go through another layer of hell for that to happen. So
Yeah. Oh man, there's like an onion. There's so many layers.
please, not now.
I'm sorry, I was about to make a Shrek reference, but we'll hold it for next time.
Please check yourself before you Shrek yourself.
Oh my god, that's so good. I'm going to use that.
I know. No, please don't use that.
Okay, I won't use that, but I'm going to think it a lot. Like, and you're probably going to feel it when I think it, because I'm going to make that face.
I already feel it right now.
Okay.
I feel it right now.
It's in my forehead, and I'm pushing it out, like elephants when they speak to each other in that low tone. Can you hear? Is it hitting your forehead?
It's
the vibrations.
It's a lot, Meg.
I know.
So, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? And you can't change the time or the method of your death.
Oh, man. I think if you're going to die in a terrible way, knowing how you're going to die could be horrifying. I guess if I knew when, as in like what age, I'd probably be okay. But I wouldn't want to know down to the last minute or second because I'd be nervous. And I think if I knew how and it was like a peaceful death. Okay, if I knew how I was going to die and it was going to be a peaceful death, I would pick that option. But if it was a horrible death, I wouldn't want to know. If I could know when, but not down to the last second, that would be the better option. So I'm trying to think what would be the least mentally scarring for me to know and deal with. Probably the when, if it wasn't too specific to the second.
I was thinking the same thing. I would want to know when I'm going to die because that could tell me a lot about how I handle my money in the future, if there is much of one, or maybe there's a much longer one than I thought. I think it would also really help me kind of live more in the present and really enjoy the time I have, because it would become more real to me that it is this like finite thing.
Right.
And I do have a certain amount of time here.
Yeah,
I feel like knowing how I'm going to die, if I can't change it, isn't useful information.
Right. There's a few things you could take into consideration. Like if you were going to die soon, like, I would say the things to people that I want to say, whether it be bad or good. And like you said, really make use of my time. Maybe like tell certain people at work, hey, this is what I actually think of you. But at the same time, knowing I die soon might put the fear in me that it's not going to be an easy death. But then it could also be the opposite. Like if it says you're going to die when you're 120, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go peacefully in my sleep. That's awesome. But then find out that, you know, at 120, I like flip my vet and I'm trapped in my vehicle as it explodes or something. That could be awful. Who knows?
I just feel like you could make more of, like, the whole thing that, like, really makes or breaks this question for me is the fact that we cannot change the time or the method. So that's why I feel like knowing how I'm going to die and I can't change the method, like, it's really a non-issue at that point. Like, it's not useful information if I can't even change it. But if I know when I'm gonna die, despite not being able to change the time, there's still things I can do.
Right. I think we're agreed on that one.
Yeah, that was a very practical answer, though.
Yeah. You did well, though.
Thank you.
Here's a dumb one.
Okay.
Would you rather eat a raw onion or 2 raw heads of garlic?
Wow, no one's ever gonna kiss me, huh?
No, they're both bad.
Yeah. They have to be raw.
That's what this specifies, raw.
Okay. Well, I think garlic is like 20 times more potent than an onion. Depending on the onion.
It does not say what kind of onion. Like, if it was a Vidalia onion, I'd totally pick that because they're so tiny.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're also just a lot more mild than garlic, so, I feel like it wouldn't, be as awful. I mean, it'd still be awful because you're shoving, like, something in that plant, vegetable, whatever family in your mouth, but...
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if I ate 2 entire bulbs of garlic, I think my taste buds would just fall off. I don't think I would ever be able to taste anything except garlic years after that experience. Long term, I don't see it being great.
I voted for the garlic because, yes, there's some truth in if you consume enough garlic, you essentially start sweating it. You start sweating the garlic and the odor right out of your own pores. But with onions, like, they're so acidic and so high in toxicity, like, they become more intense the more you consume them, especially when they're raw. Like, you can't cut a garlic and have your eyes start watering, but you can have that happen when you cut an onion. I was just imagining biting into an onion and it getting so intense that it's, like, burning, and then you just have an upset stomach and, like, explosive gas and diarrhea for, like, days.
I was just thinking of, like, aromatically how intense garlic is and how it never leaves you.
Oh, yeah. You would be
Like,
smelling like it for a
If I
week.
put 1 clove of garlic in my cooking, that's still a lot of garlic.
It
It's
is.
still very strong. So, like, 2 entire bulbs of that? Raw? No, I have to go with the onion.
Neither option's good, so you really can't go wrong here. You also really can't go right.
That's true, you can't go right either. Okay, here's my last one.
Okay.
Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or your friends? Now, it has to be either or, not both. Or neither.
That's tough. I think me, again, as we've discussed, I'm a worrier. I always really, really want my parents to think well of me. And, like, you spend your whole life as a child trying to impress your parents, really, and make them proud. But at a certain point, you don't have your parents anymore. So ultimately, what does the community, what do others think about you? Because that does affect you. It affects you getting jobs. It affects you socially. I don't know. There's other people who have to cut their family out and they do well. I guess I would just hope that my parents thought well of me, but I would choose that my friends all think the best of me.
I have to think about this one. Okay,
It's tough. It's so tough.
I think I would rather be held in higher regard by my friends than my parents. Because, well, for the most part, you don't really choose your parents.
Right.
I mean, you want to impress them, but I want to impress people that I choose to be there.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on that one.
yeah.
That was a good one. That was really tough.
Yeah, no, I'm still thinking about it. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of friends from different backgrounds and stuff. And the fact that I choose to spend time with them and choose them to be my friend means that I care for them. So I would want them to be I want them to think highly of me too, because I chose to think highly of them.
Right.
I feel like with parents, like I said, you didn't really choose to be in their life. Just one day you were born and suddenly you have to pay taxes 18 years later.
Oh, it's the worst.
Ugh, it is. And
they won't be in your life forever. At some point you will lose them.
yeah. That's true. And you can always make new friends, but you can't always make new parents.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
okay.
sad.
We're definitely friends on that one.
Well put. Okay, this is my last one, Babs, and it's just stupid.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to run as fast as a cheetah or fly? But if you pick flying, you can only fly as fast as a tortoise moves.
Well, it would be much more practical to run as fast as a cheetah. But I don't know if I have the stamina for that. To make it really useful. Like, if I wanted to run to the grocery store, like, maybe you could run as fast as a cheetah for 1 minute.
That's true.
Maybe 30 seconds. If that.
You'd be a sprinter. You wouldn't be, like, doing cross country.
Right now, I can probably only sprint for 20 seconds. So as a cheetah, like, that 20 seconds will get me far, but not that far. Not to the grocery store. But if I fly at the pace of a tortoise moving, I think I would have a lot of stamina for flying. And I could do pretty useful things, like go on the roof and, like, get all the leaves off and stuff, or whatever, and branches.
That's so funny. You know, originally I was going to pick cheetah, but you wording it that way made me switch my answer.
Because I was sprinting for 10 seconds thing.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, I'd get places so fast. But then I was thinking, like, yeah, no, it'd only be until my legs got tired. If I could fly like a tortoise, though, like, say I was on vacation and I'd be like, I want a better view, I would just fly up really high. Like, I'd go slow, but I would take in the scenery as I was just sort of floating upwards. Like, look at those mountains. Look at that. And I would go sit on the roof for a while. Yeah, I'm going to fly like a tortoise. That's a great answer.
Fly like a tortoise.
Yeah, as they do.
As they do, yeah, you know. But just imagine, you're like, oh yeah, I'm as fast as a cheetah. You need beer run, anybody? Okay, I'll go. And then, like, 10 seconds later, you're like, I need to call an Uber.
Yeah. Or, like, will my shoes even hold up for that kind of sprinting?
If you really trained at it, they might hold up for, like, a week of it. Consistent sprinting.
Oh, but man.
I think it'd honestly, like, be a challenge to just get 2 minutes of a sprint in there.
Yeah, I definitely want to leisurely float with obviously being able to control myself. So just some nice leisurely flying.
As a tortoise, as one does.
As one does. Those were all great questions and great answers.
Yeah, this is really fun.
It is really fun. I guess, thank you for sticking around for podcast episode 2. We've already got episode 3, 4, and 5 in the works. We've got our next few categories picked out. But if you like Would You Rather, right there in the comments, write some Would You Rathers that you guys know. Maybe we will do this again and we'll take some audience participation. throw us some real tricky ones out there, some creepy ones, whatever you feel like, and we'll give it a try.
Yeah, totally. We would love to do another segment of this. It makes us laugh.
Yeah, if you just want to leave comments on how we're doing or what you think of the show,
or
go
send
right
us a fruit basket. Like, just let us know.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll give you our P.O. box.
Definitely. There's an email. I believe the email's on the side somewhere. Also, all of our social links should be near the email. So check out some of the other things we do. Give us some feedback, and tune in next time.
Yeah, exactly. And shoot us an email so we can give you the P.O. box for the fruit basket you're going to send us.
Or smoked meats. I would like some smoked meats, please.
I don't know what... Oh, smoked meats. Okay.
Yeah. And some cheeses.
Also take the fruit basket.
You need the fruit. You need the fiber, Babs.
I really do.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.